good morning, and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, November the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving. Pleasure to have you with us today, and I also want to introduce you to Major Jack Holloway with the Salvation Army. Good to have you here, Major.
It's good to be here.
You're getting into really the busiest time of the year for the Salvation Army.
It is.
But we say the busiest time of the year, but your services are out there 365 days of the year.
It is.
But right now, you're getting into the important fundraising time. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, right now it's the beginning of the kettle season. You'll see those at a lot of the various stores in the community. Actually, at this point, we've been out a few weeks already with the collection in that particular way. The goal from the kettles is $106,000, but the total Christmas goal is $408,000.
So you're hoping that you will raise $408,000 total.
Correct.
By the end of the Christmas season.
Correct.
What happens if you don't reach? I hate to say that because I'm sure you will reach the goal.
It becomes a challenge. It just becomes a challenge. We have to make some adjustments in some different places. But the community's been amazingly generous, and every year it's just there. We appreciate all that support that's there. But the money is raised through what we call mail appeal and what we call white mail. That's just money that people donate to us just for whatever reason. And then the kettles itself, that's a very major part of what we do.
How is that money spent then?
That money goes primarily actually to support the social services. The shelter, Harbor House is a very big part of that funding. A lot of those different kind of community service programs. It really goes back into the community itself.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
When you sound very confident that you're going to make that goal.
Well,
and I
guardedly so, but yes.
Yes, but you have to be confident.
Yeah.
The people in this area have a great big heart, and they've always come through.
Yes, they have.
Even if it's at the last minute, they come through.
Yes, they do.
This goal goes until what? Is it till the first part of January?
Well, technically January 15th is when it all ends, but the Christmas season with the bell ringing ends on the 24th of December.
Are you still looking for people who would volunteer to do bell ringing?
Yes. Yeah, and actually that's a very easy process this year. We have a site that's called registertoring.com where people can go in and register. And it's not just businesses and organizations, it's individuals and families that can do it as well. We have a lot of people who have a couple of hours to spend and would like to do that, and we bring them on the kettles, and it's incredibly helpful. Because the money that is generated that way is something we don't have to pay to have that have someone.
Right. So if you want to volunteer, you want to help the Salvation Army, you want to make a donation yourself, but if you want to donate your time, you can call the Salvation Army and volunteer to ring the kettles, ring the bells at the kettles.
Right.
Okay. And can they pick their own location?
Yeah, actually they can. And the contact person at our office is Lori Benson. Lori coordinates a lot of those different types of things. But registertoring.com is a site that people can go to and actually select the time, the date, the location, and that's all part of a tracking, and we just make sure that everything is there for people to utilize.
Oh, that sounds very easy then.
Yeah.
So it's registertoring.com.
Right.
But if you want more information just in general on the Salvation Army, the website, I like your website.
Yeah, it's very cool, actually.
Major, I'm going to give you the website here in a minute, but I want to thank you so much, Major Jack Holloway, for coming by.
Thank you.
But check out the website if you want to help out. It is rocktheredkettlecomo.org. That's about as simple as you can get. rocktheredkettlecomo.org for the Salvation Army, and you can make a donation, you can volunteer, you can help out the best you can. And when you see the red kettles and they're ringing, can you hear that little tiny bell? Can they hear that bell? I hope so. I got a little miniature one here that you can make a donation to the Salvation Army. All right. Now, Christine Seitz is with us, MU School of Music. Good to have you here, Christine.
Hi, Paul.
You just came off of a wonderful production several weeks ago.
Just last weekend, a couple weeks ago, the Show Me opera scenes for the fall. And now what we're doing at December 7th at 7:30 in the First Baptist Church is a lovely, lovely little opera called Amahl and the Night Visitors. We're going to be doing this in collaboration with the Columbia Civic Orchestra. And so we'll have a fully staged 1-hour opera with orchestra, with singers from the Show Me Opera, and a very gifted young man from the community named Adam Strolb, who will be singing the part of Amahl, the young boy. Now, the story of this opera is that this young shepherd boy who has had an accident and is lame, and he walks with a crutch, encounters the three kings on their way to visit the Christ child. They're following their star, and they
It's
come
like the little drummer boy.
It's kind of like that, and they come passing by his hut where he lives with his mother. And at first, of course, he and his mother can't believe that there are actually kings outside their door, but the kings come in and visit. So the mother sends Amahl to call the shepherds who live in the village, and they come by and bring food, etc., for the kings and entertain the kings. And then the kings sleep, and then the next day they go on their way.
So the kings stay at their
overnight,
house.
one night, yep. And the opera ends with a very lovely, beautifully written miracle where Amahl decides to give his crutch to the Christ child because they don't have anything else to give him. And then, of course, it's so emotional.
I can
is
tell
healed.
you're getting very emotional.
Yeah, he is healed when he makes that gift. So it's a very lovely opera. It will be beautifully sung and beautifully played, and I'm encouraging everyone to come. It's free admission this year. So it's Saturday, December 7th at 7:30 at the First Baptist Church.
Okay, Saturday, December 7th at 7:30 at the First Baptist Church. On Broadway. Right?
On Broadway,
Yeah, on
yes.
Broadway. And that's a beautiful sanctuary. It's perfect for a performance like this.
Exactly.
And it's free?
It's free admission this year, which is very exciting.
How long have you been working on this?
We started working on it in October, actually, while we were also working on our opera scenes program. But we started preparation for this opera in October. Yeah.
And I tell you, Christine, looking at you and listening to you, obviously it is a very special production because you had a hard time. And I admire that.
I always do.
I mean, obviously it touches you deeply.
It touches everyone deeply. And even to think of the story gives me a really deep feeling emotion. But it's a lovely piece. It's interesting. This opera was originally written in 1951 and was the very first opera production on television in the United States. It was designed for TV to begin with. So.
All right. It's Amahl and the Night Visitors, Saturday, December the 7th, First Baptist Church on Broadway, and it is free.
At 7:30.
At 7:30, and it's free.
Right.
Put on by MU School of Music and
Columbia Civic Orchestra.
Okay.
cco.missouri.org.
All right. Christine Sainz, thank you so much for coming by. And please come back again.
Thanks, Paul.
And best of luck with it. Out of time, Larry Brown, Thanksgiving story tomorrow. Have yourself a nice afternoon. If you're going to be traveling, be careful. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.